This is The Walk, whose steps you'll retrace forever. This is a 9 a.m. class that'll change you forever. This is a 2 a.m. study session that you'll remember forever. This view is one you'll cherish forever. Let's hope that's temporary, but that is definitely forever. Your idea of a classroom, your idea of celebrations, even your idea of what a successful career might look like will all change forever. And when you leave, fellow Bobcats will give you this nod and this career push forever. This bond, this community, this place, this experience will all stay with you forever. Forever can seem daunting from the outside, but once you're in, Ohio University will forever be in you, and a part of you will forever be here at Ohio.
Hello and welcome to the final day of our Fall for Ohio virtual event. My name is Mateo Remsburg, Assistant Vice President for Enrollment Management and Executive Director of Undergraduate Admissions. We are excited to have those of you who joined us yesterday back again today. And for those of you joining us for the first time today, we are so glad that you're here. As I mentioned yesterday, we recognize that making an investment in a college education represents a significant undertaking for most families. Our team in the Office of Student Financial Aid and Scholarships is committed to supporting you and is dedicated to providing the information you need to understand the process of funding your education. Today you will hear my colleague Melissa Van Meter discuss the financial aid and scholarship opportunities at Ohio. I also mentioned yesterday that our Fall for Ohio event is intended to give you a taste of Ohio. One of the best ways to get that flavor is to talk with current students. Our student panel is comprised of real Ohio students who are living the student experience every day. So bring your questions, learn about some of the experiences that are awaiting for you here at Ohio. There's no substitute for visiting our beautiful and historical campus in person. But the next best thing is a guided virtual tour led by one of our expert tour guides. Once you are done with the virtual tour, I'm confident that you'll want to experience our campus in real life, and we'd love to welcome you on a day that fits your schedule. For those of you that are returning for day 2, I'm guessing a few of you have new questions to ask. And for those of you that are joining us for the first time, get your questions ready. You will have the opportunity to ask your questions in live chats throughout each session. If we don't have the answer right then, we will make sure to get you the answer soon. Your time at Ohio will be a defining experience in your life, where you form friendships that last a lifetime and build a network to support your career or careers wherever your ambitions take you. Ohio equips you with the knowledge and skills to be ready to wow employers and graduate schools on graduation day, but also be the entrepreneur in your own future. Before I conclude, I'm happy to announce that if you were unable to participate yesterday, or you enjoyed it so much that you want to experience again, we'll be making all of yesterday's and today's sessions available for on-demand viewing later this week. You can expect to receive information on how to access these sessions in the next few days. Thank you again for joining us today, and as always, go Bobcats!
Welcome, and thank you for joining us in your interest in learning about financial aid at Ohio University. My name is Melissa Van Meter, and I serve as Senior Associate Director of Operations in the Office of Student Financial Aid and Scholarships. This evening, we're going to talk about the most common financial aid questions received and provide those answers. Let's get started. We're going to first talk about how you apply for financial aid, where you get scholarships, what it's going to cost, what other types of financial aid you can receive, and what happens next, or what are some next steps you can take. First, the way you apply for financial aid is through the free application for federal student aid, FAFSA. You can do the FAFSA online or on a mobile app. The most important thing to know about the FAFSA is that it's free. It's currently available. It opened October 1st. And the website is fafsa.gov. You want to make sure to file the FAFSA early so that Ohio University receives the results of your FAFSA by our first priority consideration date of January 15. Parent demographic and financial information is required to complete the FAFSA. To get started, make sure both the student and the parent have a federal student aid user ID. To complete the FAFSA, you can use the IRS data retrieval tool to import student and parent 2020 tax data into the FAFSA directly. We do encourage all students to complete the FAFSA. Even if you don't think your family will qualify for need-based federal financial aid, there could be other forms of financial aid that the student would be eligible to receive by completion of the FAFSA. It's possible that the university will request tax transcripts and/or W-2 forms from the parent or student. Use of the IRS data retrieval tool will limit the request for those types of documents. And also, please know that if things financially have changed for your family since 2020, you can reach out to our office. Our office has a process called the Change of Income application, which will allow you as a parent and a student to submit income information that estimates your 2022 income versus your actual 2020 income. This may allow the student to be eligible for different types and amounts of financial aid. So next, let's talk about scholarships. Your first step in receiving scholarships is to make sure you submit a complete admissions application by the early action date of November 15. Awards through Ohio University consider both merit and blend merit and financial need. There are also scholarships available that recognize diversity. For those, please visit ohio.edu/OMSAR. In addition, there are private funded university scholarships. I'm excited to talk about the Ohio Excellence Awards program. This scholarship program is available to first-year students new to the Athens campus. Awards through this program represent academic merit determined by high school grade point average. You can submit ACT and/or SAT scores, however, that's optional. The submission of those scores would only be used if it's beneficial and increases the student's scholarship eligibility. Additionally, a portion of those awards consider financial need as determined by the FAFSA. All awards through the Ohio Excellence Program are renewable for up to 4 years in total. And again, to be considered, there's no separate scholarship application. You only need to submit a completed admissions application by November 15. So let's talk about costs. First, let me bring up the Ohio Guarantee Plus program. The Ohio Guarantee is the first program of its kind in the state of Ohio. It applies to Ohio residents and non-residents as well. The Ohio Guarantee enables students to pay a single fixed rate across 4 years. And our Ohio Guarantee is truly comprehensive, including everything from orientation fees all the way to graduation fees, including most course fees as well. The Ohio Guarantee allows scholarship and financial aid packages to hold their value over the course of 4 years. As you can see in this chart, a traditional institutional model where tuition and fees increase each year means that the scholarships cover a smaller portion of the tuition and fees. With the Ohio Guarantee, the proportion that scholarships cover remains the same over the 4 years. This chart shows you the Ohio University's cost of attendance for the 2021-22 year. You can see amounts are listed both by semester and annually. Additionally, we break down the costs that are going to be billed by Ohio University and other costs that are simply allowances. So for example, you can see tuition and fees are going to be billed by the university. Additionally, students living on campus will be billed for residence hall and meal plan. Books, transportation, and personal expenses are all allowances that make up your total cost of attendance, which is the total amount of financial aid you're eligible to receive. Residence hall and meal plan amounts reflect a standard double room and a traditional 14 meal plan. However, there are a variety of residence hall and meal plan options available to you. So, what other types of financial aid can you receive? In completing the FAFSA, you're applying for all federal and state and institutional grants. Federal grants can include the Federal Pell Grant, the Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, and the TEACH grant for students pursuing certain types of teacher education programs. State grants include the Ohio College Opportunity Grant. In addition, there are other more specific aid programs through the Ohio Department of Higher Education, and I'd encourage you to visit their website to see if you would qualify for some of those programs. Finally, the FAFSA, as I mentioned, includes eligibility for any Ohio University grants that you might be eligible to receive. There are many options for student employment at Ohio University. One option is federal work study, which is based on financial need as determined by the FAFSA. Students receive those funds based on hours worked in biweekly paychecks. Those funds are not applied toward the student's university bill. We employ around 700 to 800 students through the Federal Work Study program each year. However, our largest student employment program is the Student Hourly Employment Program. Students can work through the Student Hourly Employment Program regardless of financial need or FAFSA completion. There are between 7,000 and 8,000 students employed through Student Hourly Employment each year. Finally, the Program to Aid Career Exploration is a unique program to Ohio University where faculty and staff on the Athens campus serve as mentors to provide students with internship-like work experiences. Student loans are going to be offered to all students who complete a FAFSA. Federal student loans are considered a form of financial aid. Students are awarded based on their year in school. So as an incoming freshman, the maximum a student can be offered in federal student loans is $5,500. That amount increases to $6,500 as a sophomore and $7,500 as a junior and senior. Student loans, of course, must be repaid. Repayment on student loans begins 6 months after you graduate or drop below half-time status. There are two types of federal student loans available: subsidized loans, which do not accrue interest while you're in school, and unsubsidized loans, which do accrue interest. For more information about those student loan programs, please visit studentaid.gov. If the financial aid offered to you, including grants, scholarships, and student loans, isn't enough to meet your out-of-pocket expense, there are other loan options available to you. One is a private loan, which does require the student to have a creditworthy cosigner. Parents can also participate and borrow through the private loan program. Another loan option is the Federal Plus Loan Program. Those are loans in a parent's name. And again, the parent would need to be creditworthy or have a creditworthy cosigner. Finally, let's talk about some next steps. The first thing to do, if you haven't already done so, is submit your complete admissions application by the November 15 early action deadline. Next, make sure you submit your FAFSA, which again is currently available to you, and you're going to want to finish by the end of December to meet the university's January 15 first priority consideration date. Make sure to check your Ohio Student Center and complete any to-do list items that are posted. Watch for merit-based scholarship offers, which begin being mailed in December. You can also send updated GPA and test scores, if taken, to Ohio University through January 15, 2022 for increased scholarship offers. You can expect your comprehensive financial aid offer to be mailed by late February. And then once you're at that point, complete all steps to secure your financial aid. To check those out, you can visit our website at ohio.edu financial-aid checklist. I would encourage you to contact our office and reach out to any of our qualified staff to assist you throughout this process. If you have questions submitting your FAFSA or questions once you receive your scholarship offer or financial aid offer in February, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're happy to help. Additionally, you can visit our website at ohio.edu/financial-aid. We encourage you to call us, email us, and follow us on Twitter. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you soon.